Hello and what's up, RBY Pokemon Challenges fam? How you doing? We're back, Seadra, Dragon, round 2. We just beat the game with this Pokemon, but it needs a redo. And it needs a redo for a very, very important reason. It took about 2 hours and 10 minutes to beat the game, but we were at the league at like an hour and a half. I was just taking tons and tons of resets, and I was trying to see if I could get through at the level that I was at. We ended up getting through at level 67. Not great, but if we know that we already need that sort of level at the end with the strategy that I'm trying to use, well then it suddenly makes a lot of sense to simply gain more levels early on. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to optimize this one more for speed this time. And when you're optimizing for speed, it makes sense to take easy optional battles. Optional battles that make that next big fight just a little bit more consistent. And there were a lot of spots where we could be more consistent with this dragon type Seadra. We had some of the fights just on Route 3 going over to Mount Moon that were a little bit iffy just based on all my testing. We had just a really tedious fight against Misty. There's not too much we can do there, but maybe a couple of extra levels will just make that a little bit faster and a little more consistent. Then we've got to worry about the Wrapping Lass, who's pretty tough for this Pokemon. And we've got to worry about Koga and Rival 5. They're still not perfectly consistent, even with the Dragon typing. So we've got to get maybe a couple extra levels in that section. Finally, once we get to the league, we really do need more levels in order to get through this with any sort of consistency. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a lot more optional battles in this one, a lot more blackouts, but it should make sense. Everything that we're doing is based on the fact that we've already tested this. We know we can get through at lower levels at some points, but it's just not consistent at that point. And really, a normal Seadra had to grind massively in the middle game. So if we can do anything less than that, we should be pretty good. I'm not going to break down all the stats in the moveset. We've already seen it before. We can see the final results of the last run here. Level 67 to beat the champion. And yeah, with that being said, let's just get this started here. So, sorry, gameplay's already in, but there I am. There we go. I'm back, guys. So we are going to start this one brand new over again. Speed is the name of the game, guys. Speed, speed, speed. So I'm going to just reset right there. And let's start a brand new game. So basically what we found is that in a lot of the spots where I thought this Pokemon would be better, it was better. We got through Rival 5 at a lower level. We actually got through Koga at a lower level. We definitely got through Blaine at a lower level. And we got to just exactly the right level, basically nearly on minimum battles, to get agility, which was all we needed to beat Sabrina on the first attempt. Giovanni wasn't that bad. We had a few resets, but it wasn't like crazy. So we just have to get a little bit of good luck in certain spots. So here we have gotten our Pokemon, Seadra. Here he is. Let's save the game. Let's try rival number 1 here. So what we found last time, the strategy is to smokescreen at this one a couple times. Let's just give him the smoke, and then we go bubble. The reason we got a smokescreen is because if we just let him tackle us and tail whip us, he will knock us out. But if we lower his accuracy, we can easily get through just like that. Very nice. So now let's progress in the game. And I'm going to be a little bit more liberal about optional battles. Not because we need them for Brock. Brock is easy, actually, with this Pokemon. Both of his Pokemon are 2-hit KOs. We can even one-shot if we get a critical hit. No, the reason that we want to take some optional battles here is really looking at the next section when we then are trying to fight against like youngster Shorty, and his Rattata can actually wreck us. And then we just don't have great or perfect ranges against the Super Nerd or Jesse and James. We actually lost to them in the last run. So having a couple extra levels really will help in that section. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop right up here. I'm going to let the old man give us his whole catch tutorial, and we're going to say we don't need that. We've got a Seadra, a dragon water type. You don't even know how good this Pokemon is. But let's get into Viridian Forest. Now I am going to take an optional battle here, which is this guy. We're just gonna fight this guy. And it's because he's got the metapods that are just guaranteed wins anyway. We'll just get extra XP here, and the Caterpie is not too scary anyhow, so we'll just wreck this one. And I think with a couple extra levels, we should be pretty golden, basically, in this next section. I'm guessing that it doesn't take that much, maybe 1 or 2 battles to make the next section pretty consistent. So here we're going to get to that potion. Let's go right here. Let's fight this guy. And here we're going to go all in on the bubble beams. Just all in. Well, they're not bubble beams, they're bubbles. Rip. But here we can beat him easily. We get to level 8. Very nice. And now let's pop up to Brock's gym. Now I'm going to heal very quickly here. And my strategy is basically going to be to fight against the Light Years Junior Trainer. The logic for this one, pretty simple. We just want to be able to get some extra XP here against a fairly easy opponent. And we can see this Diglett's a 2-hit KO. Nice, we get to level 9. And here Sandshrew is also a 2-hit KO, so perfectly fine. We can move on to Brocky Boy. Let's see how he goes. So Brock attempt number 1. We already know that he's basically going to be a 1-hit or 2-hit KO here. It's just a matter of, knocking him out quickly. So here against the Geodude, I'm just going to use Bubble. It's not quite a 1-hitter, but it is a 2-hitter. Very nice. We get to level 10 and we get a Screech, and then we just one-shot there against the Onix. So no problem. We get to level 11 now. So we're 2 levels higher than we normally would be at this point, just thanks to the extra optional battles that we took. Now I'm going to heal up right here, and let's pop over to this Bug Catcher and Shorty, and I think we're going to be fine with a couple extra levels. Let's just see. So here, first things first, this Bug Catcher is a spot where we definitely want to go for Bubble and just wreck him. And, I don't think we even need to mess with the accuracy strats. Last time we did, because even this fight is a little bit sus. But here, with the higher level, no problem at all. Now I'm going to save the game, and let's just see how we do against Youngster Shorty here. I'm going to go all in on attack. I'm not going to try to mess with the accuracy strats very much here. He tail whips me, and he gets a quick attack. Okay, he's doing decent damage here, which is kind of scary. Poison Sting also did a lot, and he does knock us out there. So this is clearly not perfectly consistent. We would still need to get some luck here. So here we get a critical hit right there. Much better range going into the Ekans this time, if he doesn't just go crazy hard on attacks. And there we do get through the second attempt. Now, another thing I'm going to change, I'm going to fight this Bug Catcher right here. He's basically free eats, and he gives some of the best experience for this section of the game, actually. And since 2 of his Pokemon can't even attack, you just sit here and hold A and basically win. So this is perfectly fine. Now we're going to have to backtrack no matter what we do in order to get more PP. But here we are. We are just gaining levels. And, level 13, not too bad. I think we were pretty much at this level 14, I think, to fight Jesse and James last time. So we're going to be at a slightly higher level. I'm going to fight this last now just because she is a required trainer in my normal minimum battles route, so she doesn't count off on the score at all. I always take the 65 required battles to beat the game, and in this case you fight her because she gives less XP than that Bug Catcher just before or just below her. So here we can come fight this Bug Catcher, and then we will make our way right on to Mount Moon. Very nice. So we're just gonna wreck this guy. There we go. He gets completely wrecked. We're going to avoid the Jigglypuff trainer because that one could just lose us time. There's some trainers you don't want to fight in speed-based challenges because their strategies involve, for example, sleep, and you know that they're going to waste time on the run, basically. Okay, so we can, of course, take that one. Here, I am going to save the game and fight this guy. This super nerd, he just gives really good XP with 2 level 11 Pokemon. So he's a pretty logical fight to take. He doesn't know any electric type moves, so it's not like we have any type disadvantages to deal with or anything. So we can get to level 15 right there. Let's go ahead and do that. The bug catchers, the other bug catchers in here don't give great XP, so we're just going to avoid them. But we will fight against this guy, this hiker right here. He's like the second best trainer to fight in this section, and he's just going to be a bunch of one-hit KOs, so we get some very, very easy XP in that fight. So now we can see we're just almost up to level 16, and this should make our ranges just a little bit better as we go into the next section. So I'm going to save the game. Let's fight this super nerd. Now, I don't know why I was continuing to use bubble. Water gun is the play. But here, this one is now a 3-hit KO rather than a 4-hit KO. We get to level 16. Water gun on the Voltorb critical hit one-shots. And here, it looks like a 2 or 3-hit KO on the coughing. Easy win. And we get the dome fossil. So we've definitely improved this section quite a bit. Here at 8 minutes, I think this is much faster than before. Now Jesse and James time. Let's just see how they go. I'm going to just spam water gun. This looks like maybe a 2-hitter. Yes, we get to level 17 now. And this should be a 2-hit KO. Very good. And now we get to the coughing. Looks like a 3-hit KO at this point, but an easy win nonetheless. So rather than being kind of, a coin flip to win there, we win the first attempt with no problems whatsoever. So now we can make our way over here to Cerulean City, and I think the strategy remains the same. What we want to do is we want to come straight to Misty's gym. We're going to save the game. We're going to fight this trainer. Let's see how she goes. So in this one, what we're going to do is basically smokescreen a couple times just to get the accuracy down on this Goldeen a little bit. And now we're just going to spam water gun. It's not doing great damage, but it does enough that we'll get through this fight. It's not really too luck based, as long as we don't get crazy bad, like confusion luck, something like that. We should be fine in that fight. Here, I'm just going to go straight into Misty. Let's just see how she goes. Here at 9 minutes and 26 seconds. Let's see. So Misty, we found last time, even at minimum battles, we can beat Misty here. It's not perfectly consistent. It takes a little bit of luck. You don't want critical hits, but it can work. So the Misty strategy is pretty simple. She's only going to use tackle against us, so we're simply going to spam the smoke screens on her first. And it's because we don't care about X defend, and we just want her to miss as much as possible. Now we can go into our water guns, which aren't going to do a ton of damage, but they will whittle her down eventually. So we've just got to sit here and just hold auto A. And it's actually easier when we get to the Starmie because she's 50-50 to use Harden or Tackle here. So as long as she's not hitting us with like some critical hit tackles, I think we'll be fine. But that being said, she's got us down pretty low here. So we need a lot of Hardens and a lot of tackle misses. And she knocks us out on the first attempt. Okay, so we just didn't get the range there. But this is a winnable fight. It's just tedious. And it doesn't really matter if we like went and gained more levels. We're never going to have another move to use against her other than water gun and bubble. Unless we like wasted all our PP to get the struggle. And that just would be, ridiculous. So here, let's try now. Let's see if we just get a better Staryu range. If we do, we should be pretty golden. So we get through right there. Very nice. And now we're going to smokescreen like crazy on the Starmie. We don't care about the Hardens or the X defend because we're using special moves. So if we were using a physical move, this would actually be a pretty tough spot because she would be always raising her own defense. But when she doesn't raise her defense, we just need to not get tons of tackles from her, basically, and not get critical hits. That's the real thing we don't want. We don't want to be crit by her. If we get crits, great, but it's super tedious. It's kind of like using Wrap here, but we do get through level 19. No problem. We've beaten Misty. We can beat her on minimum battles. I've already shown that in the first attempt with this one, but it's definitely more consistent if you come back at a higher level. So cool. Now that we've gotten that done, we can come up here, heal up, And now we're going to make our way north to Bill's house. And this whole section is actually a cakewalk, I think. Let's take on rival number 2 first, but he shouldn't be too bad. So here, I'm just going to save the game to be safe. Let's pop up here. And first things first, we are going to move Bubble Beam into the top slot, and let's just hold Auto A. It's not quite a one-hitter, it's a two-hitter there on the Spearow. Bubble Beam will one-shot the Sandshrew. Bubble Beam will one-shot the Rattata. We get to level 20, and now it's going to be a two-hitter on Eevee if we can hit it. There we go. Perfect. Easy win. Easy win at 12.5 minutes. Now let's move on to this section here where we're going to go over Nugget Bridge, and we should mostly one-shot or two-shot everything here. Assuming we don't get like bad accuracy luck, Gen 1 misses, things like that. All of these are very, very easy fights, honestly. So we're just going to sit here and kind of hold Auto A. Like, there's no other strategy. If we have an opponent who's particularly weak, we might even go for water guns instead, just because why not? You know, save some PP and bubble beams so that we can beat something else. Or like this Nidoran is probably a two-hit KO either way from my experience. So let's just do that. Excuse me. Here we can water gun on Mankey as well. Might have been a one-hitter, but definitely a two-hitter. Now we can get to Mr. Join Me. He's join me. I still need to edit that. He's join me right now. Okay, but here we can easily knock those out. I'm saving some bubble beams for later on because we are going to need to deal with the Oddish. But here's another spot for some optional battles. We're going to fight these hikers. And the logic here is pretty simple. They're not super strong, and they've got rock-type Pokemon that we can completely destroy. So there we go. Geodude gets wrecked. Let's go ahead and do this. Save the game. Now, you might be saying, why are you taking optional battles here? It's actually because of the Wrapping Lass. She is an absolute beast in this section. Like, after we get through Lieutenant Surge, which we can get through Lieutenant Surge on minimum battles, we can beat the Wrapping Lass on minimum battles too. It's just really inconsistent. So we'd much rather take this route right here where we get some extra XP and we're in a better situation in order to take that one out. So I'm going to fight this hiker as well, who, I mean, even Bubbles should just one-shot the Geodude. Look at this. Oh, yeah. The Machop comes out. I'm just going to water gun it. Oh, it's not quite a one-hitter. Rip. But the Geodude can also get wrecked. Very nice. Let's fight this guy now. We're fighting him because he is a required trainer. We can one-shot there, and what the heck, I'm just going to even go even worse here. Water gun. There we go. We just want to keep the bubble beams for this final Oddish here. So let's save the game, and let's just see how this fight goes. So first attempt against the Oddish, Bubble Beam at this point is doing nearly half. We don't take that much damage, so it's a two-hit KO there. We can Bubble Beam right here just to avoid any sand attacks. And then, yet again, we should be kind of in a two-hit KO range there. We get through that way easier. We're not going to learn Leer. It's completely useless in this fight, or in this run. We don't have any physical moves until at least when we get through Rock Tunnel. Basically, we're just not going to learn anything physical that's actually useful. We don't get Body Slam or anything like that. It's terrible, guys. Terrible, I say. So here we've taken quite a few optional battles. Not too many resets, but let's just see how we do as we get into this battle right here against the Innocent Bystander. So this is a fight where I think a Bubble Beam makes perfect sense right there. Let's just knock that one out. And here I guess we're just going to have to spam the water guns in order to knock out Drowsy. Cool. So easy win. Easy win. So only 2 resets so far. Only a couple of spots where it's been kind of luck-based. One on the Youngster Shorty, where we just got a bad range. One on Misty, where we got a kind of bad range. But really fairly consistent. 16 minutes in, we're making our way down south, and we can just kind of crush this next section, I think. Here's what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to fight this trainer, who I believe is the Cubone trainer. Yes. Let's just water gun this one even. Very nice. Now we're going to pop right here. These are required trainers, so we're just going to destroy them because we can. Look at Pidgey Girl just get completely wrecked. Oh, and the guy next to Pidgey Girl. He's just like, I've been hanging out next to Pidgey Girl all this time, but I've got a Spearow. But there we go. We completely destroy that guy. Now, we got to be careful about who we fight. But I believe, yeah, it's this guy who has the fire types. Very nice. So here, we're just going to beat up this guy's dogs. You know, we're going to spray his dogs with the water bottle. You know what I'm saying? If you've ever had a dog that behaved badly, and some people do the water bottle trick, right? You spray them with a water bottle and they learn not to do that, supposedly. I don't know. But that's clearly what we're doing to that guy's dogs. Oh, man. So here, let's also fight this old man because he's got 2 dogs. And we can just take them out. We're doing this purely because of the wrapping last, because we just want a little more XP to deal with her. We're also going to take on this guy just because we're taking him on with all of our combatants here in this challenge. So cool, we can get that. Let's come down here and grab a Great Ball. We'll need that later when we want to catch our flying Pokemon. And let's go to this old man's room. And he's got his little dog and pony show, of course. So just water gun the Growlithe. Let's water gun the Ponyta. There we go. Nice. Get the rare candy. Save the game. Let's fight Rival 3. So here for Rival 3, I think the strategy is pretty simple. Auto A on Bubble Beam. We one-shot. This will also be a one-shot. Let's see how we do against Eevee now. Not quite a one-hitter, but it is a 2-hitter. We get to level 27. Easy win. Easy win. So now let's just rub this guy's belly and get on out of here. So no matter what we do, I don't think we're ever going to get the wrapping last to be perfectly consistent without just massive overleveling. But a little bit of extra power and extra HP is going to help a lot. Like, she likes to do things to us. She likes to do things to us, guys. Like, for example, she likes to poison us and then use wrap strats against us. If we can avoid dying from that, we actually are going to be pretty smooth there, I think. But let's find out. Okay. Okay. So the first switch is there. Let's see if... Nope, we didn't get the second switch. Oops, that was not the correct can there. I always forget the next switch can for that one. There are a bunch of these that have like certain patterns that they can fit, and I just never remember some of them. But that one we just didn't get, because that one I do remember the pattern is generally, you have a bunch where they're either in one can or the other can, right? You're just like, come on game, come on, Surgy boy. Okay, there we go. We finally get it. So here, let's save the game. Let's try a Lieutenant Surge. So the Lieutenant Surge strategy, I think, is the same as last time. Basically, what we do is we use a bunch of smoke screens, and then we just bubble beam them down. Let's see if it's better at this level, though. So the advantage we have here is that, of course, Thunderbolt is now only neutrally effective against us, but we still want to smoke screen him just because that Mega Kick can do a lot of damage. Mega Kick and Mega Punch. But here he misses a Thunderbolt, and he misses another Thunderbolt, and we win. So very nice. 4-hit KO there on the Raichu. And 21 minutes in, we have beaten 3 gyms. So very nice. We are trying to beat 2 hours and 10 minutes in this run. So if we can get a range that is better than that, we're feeling pretty good. Here, let's get the Squirtle. Nice. Yes, squirt. And here, dig back to Cerulean. Nice. Let's heal. Let's go get our bicycle. The bicycle, guys. Here, let's sell some items that we no longer need. And now we can move on. Perfect. So, of course, I've set the rules so that we're not allowed to use rare candies until we get to the league. This would be a spot where we might even think about using a rare candy, just because maybe at level 28 we become more consistent. But let's see how we do right here. So first things first, against the wrapping glass, I think we want a smoke screen here. Okay, we get paralyzed. There's nothing we can do about that, but at least we're not poisoned. The downside, of course, is that we're going to have to deal with the wrap strats here. The Bellsprout is set where it's basically 50-50 to go growth or wrap. So we want to hit it with lots and lots of whatchamacalls. Basically lots of accuracy drops to stop it from hopefully using wrap against us. Here we don't have a bad range against this Oddish, so we should just be able to sit here and spam Bubble Beam. And now it's this one again where we wanted to use growth and we're hoping to stop it from just spamming wrap here. So yes, it sucks that it's using growth because it's becoming more resistant to our moves, but at least we're not poisoned. The issue here is when you're poisoned and you're getting wrapped repeatedly. But if we can use accuracy strats to keep them from wrapping us, it doesn't really matter that much that we're paralyzed. It's just going to be tedious, but there we go. We do knock that trainer out. I'm going to drop the full restore right here just so that we can progress straight on through. We shouldn't really need optional battles in this section. Ooh, sorry. That's an issue of the controller coming unplugged. So here we can Bubble Beam right there. We can Bubble Beam right there. And let's see if the Bubble Beam does it. Yes, so we get through that fight, no problem. So very nice. We've made it now to the rock tunnel where I'm just going to ride my bicycle. Let's save the game right here. Let's fight this Slowbone trainer. So here, obviously, easy just one shot there on Cubone. And now Slowpoke looks to be a 3-hit KO with Bubble Beam. Very nice. Now we can move downstairs where there's another Slowpoke Pokemaniac here. And here we can just do the same strategy. It looks like a 4-hitter this time, but easy win. Cool. So now I'm going to stay on the bicycle, but let's use some healing action here as we go into this next trainer because we've got a Grasslass right here. So the Grasslass should just be a matter of spamming Bubble Beam. And hopefully, okay, we got put to sleep, which is not great, but there we finally wake up. We just want to kind of whittle this one down. Cool. And here it looks like a 2-hitter. Oh, that was a crit. So here now we bubble and we win. So we get to level 29, but we beat that trainer very easily. Let's just get out and heal our poison. And then we're going to zip back in here to go fight against good old Rock Tunnel Hiker. Self-destructy boy himself. He wants to, go boom boom. Let's save the game right here. Don't want to run into unnecessary trainers if we don't have to. And there we go. We've made it to the Rock Tunnel Hiker at 26 minutes. Cool. So here, this is an easy one. Even Bubble is strong enough for these Geodudes. For the Graveler, I'll do a water gun just to be safe. And easy victory. So now we can just make our way out of Rock Tunnel. No major problems there, which is very nice. So we're definitely making better time at this point than we were before. We get poisoned, but poison really isn't the end of the world here. The paralysis is much worse. So cool. We're just going to accept that we're flashing lights. Sorry, guys. You're going to get wrecked. Your eyes, my eyes, everybody's eyes are getting wrecked. But here we can do 2 things. We're going to get access to Swift. We saw this last time. It is the strategy against good old Sabrina. And now we can also cycle over towards the Cerulean City, or Celadon City, sorry, Celadon City. So it takes 2 bubble beams here, but we get to level 30. Oh, we get put to sleep by the Clefairy. No. See, in a normal speed run, you would fight the Gambler down below who has 2 fire types. The reason that I fight that Clefairy girl every time is because she gives less XP. So whenever I have the option of Trainer A or Trainer B, I always require the battle with the one that gives less XP, even if it's not the most efficient fight for my Pokemon. Let's see. Come on. There we go. There's the elixir. Nice. Now we can just cycle right over here. Let's pop up into the Pokemon or the Pokemon Center. And here we've got to do a little bit of housekeeping very quickly before we move on. First things first, we're going to pop upstairs where we can buy 2 fresh waters. We're going to give 1 to this little girl and let her teach us Ice Beam. So here with Ice Beam in play, we can now add it to our Seadra, and we're going to teach it over Bubble. And now we have a super effective move against grass types. Perfect. Now let's just run downstairs. And here, the next thing we need to do is catch a wild flying Pokemon. So in my runs, this is the only place where I usually turn on wild Pokemon. And it's purely just for the sake of, not wasting a bunch of time against wild Pokemon that we don't need to. So here we can just pop over here. Let's have Charmander cut. And there's a Doduo. Nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to water gun the Doduo. Oh, rip. We got wrecked there. Oh no, we saved before the rock tunnel hiker. Are you kidding me? Oh man. I should have saved there. Rip. Okay, so we've lost a little bit of time right here. Sorry, we're going to speed back through this section because that was terrible. We lost a couple minutes there. Rip. But here we go. This should be an easy win. Let's just do this. Like, yeah, sometimes I make mistakes, guys. Sorry. Nobody said it had to be a perfect speed run. So here we go. Flashing lights yet again. Rip your eyeballs. But this is still going to be much faster than the last one, I promise you. Because we're only at 30 minutes right now. We're really not doing bad. Really not doing bad at all. So there we go. 30 TM39. We can pop right up here. Let's go back to Clefairy Girl. Let's just destroy her. So nice critical hit there. We get to level 30. Get a pound. No problem. Easy win this time. Let's just cut that. And let's just cut that. Perfect. So here we're just going to get the elixir again. There we go. So now let's pop right up in here. Let's heal. And let's do our housekeeping again. So first things first, let's just go with the wild Pokemon first. Let's make sure we save this time. Okay, so here Charmander. Oops. Let's do that. Let's save. Okay, there's Spearow. Here I bubbled the Spearow. And now we can throw the Great Ball. We're just doing the 1 attack on it just to get its HP down. Makes it a little bit easier to catch. Okay, and there we have locked in everything as far as encounter rates at 0. We can come and get the Fly HM, which we're immediately going to teach to our Spearow that we just caught. And so we'll just hold auto A there until it learns it. Nice. And now let's just fly back to Celadon. Here now we do need to go once again and get the Ice Beam TM. So let's just handle this now. Okay. Here we can just give this little girl some fresh water. And let's once again learn TM13 on Seadra and learn it over Bubble. Nice. So now we can go downstairs. Very nice. And it's time to go to Erica's gym. Right? We're going to fight her one time just to show the situation, at least in the final video. But let's just see how this fight actually goes in practice. So first things first, we've got to fight this one required Execute Beauty. Let's just see how she goes. So here, Ice Beam, easy one-hit KO. It's exactly what I expected to happen. Now, let's pop in front of Erica. And Erica should be a little bit better for a dragon. Let's see. So here, the strategy for Erica, of course, is basically just to spam Ice Beam. Last time we got critical hits and we got through. But we're at a higher level this time, so I think we'll be fine based on just trying to knock her out. So here, let's go for Ice Beam. It's clearly a 2-hit KO on the Tangela. Weepin' Bell hits us with Razor Leaf. Did a lot of damage, but we do level up there. Petal Dance knocks us out. So we lost the first attempt. Let's just try this again. Let's see if we get her on the second attempt. So here, Ice Beam. We get a Vine Whip that time. That's not too bad. Razor Leaf again, but this time no crit. So we're up to level 31. Oh, and we get Sleep Powdered. Are you kidding me? Oh, man. If not for the Sleep Powder, I think we just won there, guys. So here, I mean, this is clearly a winnable fight. We freeze the Tangela this time. So we get a Razor Leaf. It's a critical hit, but I don't think that matters. As long as we don't get put to sleep. Stun Spore this time, and we just have to hit. There we go. So it took 3 attempts there on Erica to get her to go, but we do beat her on at our current level. And it's not terribly inconsistent. It's just about not getting bad luck. Like the second run, we clearly could have won if not for the Sleep Powder hitting. So here, let's just handle some other stuff. We're going to get the PP up now that we've dealt with good old Erica. And we can pop into the Rocket Game Corner, where this guy, he's standing by the poster. He's like, I'm blocking, guys. We don't even care. We're just going to destroy him. Oh, Water Gun didn't quite knock that one out. I'm just going for Water Gun to save PP. We're just saving the PP, guys. So here, let's do that. Oops. Let's pop right over here. And we will get Double Edge just to have it. We've been taking this fight with all of these Pokemon, so it just kind of makes sense. Let's keep consistent. We one-shot both of those Machops anyway. And I don't know. There might be 1 or 2 spots where Double Edge kind of makes sense, like at the end against the champions. Whatchamacall, Alakazam, that could have been a strat, is to go for Double Edge. We'll see. All right, so here against this guy, just Bubble Beam, one-shot, and Bubble Beam should just one-shot. There we are. Level 32, we're just crushing this whole section. Standard stuff, you know, lots of one-hit KOs here. We're not going to take optional battles at this point, though. Don't think we need them just yet. There is a spot where we do want optional battles, but it's not coming just yet. So here, let's go down to the 4th floor in the basement. Let's save the game. Let's come and fight Jesse and James. So the strategy here, obviously, is just to Bubble Beam. And it's not quite a one-hitter there, but Bubble Beam here is a one-hit KO, and Bubble Beam one-hit KOs. Very nice. So we can just pop right up here, save the game. Let's fight Giovanni at 36 minutes. Here, we're just going to hold Auto A and easily just knock out the first 2 Pokemon. Now, Persian should be a 2-hit KO. Maybe a 3-hitter if we get a bad range. We got a bad range, but we get to level 33. So very nice. We can go ahead and dig out of here. And now the next step, of course, is to go to Lavender Tower. So there we go. We've given these guys a drink. You know, you want guys to chill out, give them a drink, guys. Come on. Pokemon taught us so many life skills. They were like, oh yeah, guys like drinking. And, you know, girls like flowers, apparently. Here, Rival 4. Let's just take this guy on. Ice Beam, easily one-shots there. Bubble Beam is going to not quite one hit there. Bubble Beam is a 2-hit KO here on Shelter. Here against Sandshrew, just Bubble Beam it. And here against Eevee, it's going to be a 2-hit KO with the Bubble Beam. Easy win. We get to level 34 and we can progress. So now we just need to come in here. We're still not going to take optional battles. Let's just save the game before we take on this trainer. These Ghastly trainers can be just kind of random, but we knocked the first Ghastly out. It's basically a 2-hit range, but with a critical hit, we can just one-shot them. Very nice. Now let's go upstairs. We get the free heal, and we've got a couple more trainers to fight here before we make it to Jesse and James. So here, this Ghastly trainer, basically the same as downstairs. Just Bubble Beam and Water Gun is enough. And same for this one, same level. Everything's basically identical about these two fights. But there we go. Easy win. So here we'll grab the rare candy. Let's fight Ghosty Mama, who can easily get destroyed. Oh, look at that. The 1-hit KO. So here I'm just going to now save the game. I mean, do I need to heal? I don't think I need to heal. Let's fight Jesse and James. So here at Meowth, get wrecked. Arbok is going to be a 2-hit KO. Very nice. Level 35 comes in. And now Weezing is a 2-hit KO. So a very easy victory against Jesse and James as we come up here and we save Mr. Fuji. So there we can get the Poke Flute, and we're going to fly back to Celadon. Let's put some items in the PC that we don't need for a minute. So Dome Fossil, garbage. Great Ball, garbage. SS Ticket, HM1, HM2. We don't need the Sylph Scope anymore. We don't need the Lift Key anymore. We don't actually need TM21. So we'll just get all this nonsense out of our inventory. And now we can just cycle right on over here. Oh, rip. And here, what we're going to do is we're going to use that Poke Flute. Use that Poke Flute. So Snorlax gets up. He's angry. He's raging. You know. But here, what we can do now is we can pop down here. We can get the rare candy. Let's just zip right on south where we can now grab even more items because we're going to want to get the PP up, all that action. You know how we roll, guys. It's all PP up. Somebody commented on the last video. They were like, PP up gay. I was like, come on, everybody likes getting the PP up. Don't say that. We're inclusive around here, guys. Maybe you don't want to get the PP up. Maybe you like the waifu, you know? Maybe you want to get the PP up and you want to get other people's PP up. I don't know. Whatever you like. I don't judge. So here, let's come fight this guy. So here the strategy, clearly we're just going to Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam. I should have gone and gotten Surf. This is a faster range. These are all like 2-hitters with Surf. Okay, but we managed to knock out the Kadabra. Nice. Okay, we're taking some damage, though. This is a little nerve-wracking. Oh, and he goes for Disable. Good job. So here we should actually go get Surf. Let's do that. That is the strategy, because those fights become significantly easier with Surf. So here, we can pop up here. Let's just talk to this guy. Yes. We will come and use the bicycle. And let's just take this one on, where we zip through this section. We're going to full restore right there. We are going to get right here where we can just kind of zip through this whole maze here of the Safari Zone. They were just like, go to the farthest reaches of the Safari Zone for basically the guy's teeth. And, you know, I guess HMs are kind of important. Okay, so there we go. We can get Surf right there. And let's just teach Surf immediately to Seadra over Water Gun. That is the strat. And now let's dig. So here we can go ahead and just do that. Let's go to the Warden's house, where this guy should be pretty easy to deal with. Okay, so we're 42 minutes in at this point. I mean, we're definitely not Charizard tier as far as times go. Charizard just doesn't have any walls in this run, but we do have some spots that are a little more questionable with this one. Granted, I am not a speedrunner. You could easily knock 3 minutes off of my current time and be more accurate, I guess. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to pop right over here. We are going to fight this trainer. So here in this one, the strategy, Surf. Surf is basically 2 hitting on the Drowsy. It's going to 3 hit here on the Hypno. Easy game, I think. Kind of. So, nice. We have defeated that one. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to try Koga one time just to show the situation for the final video. Then we're going to go and probably take on some optional battles. But we got to try Koga and Rival 5 one time each just to show the situation. So here, first things first, Koga. In this Koga fight, the situation is that the first and third Venonat love to spam Sleep Powder. Now, if we can get accuracy strats on them to stop them from hitting, we could potentially get through, but let's see how it goes. So first things first, I'm going to smoke screen on this one because it just wants to use Sleep Powder because it thinks we're a water type. So what we need to do is just prevent it from hitting the Sleep Powder, because it's just going to spam that until it actually manages to hit. So we're just going to use some smoke screens. Now we're just going to knock this one out. The second Venonat does not know Sleep Powder, so we can just go all in on attack here. But now on the third Venonat, it's the same situation with the Sleep Powders. So I'm going to smoke screen it. Now let's Surf. And here we can easily knock that one out. We make it all the way to Venomoth, where I'm also going to give some smoke screens. We do not really want to be hit by Psychic here. So if we can manage to whittle this one down a little bit. Now I'm going to go into Ice Beam, just because if we can get a freeze, this is a guaranteed win. But now with it on low health, I'm just going to go into the Surf and easily win that fight. We beat Koga at level 37. Really not hard. So with that done, technically, we can go and fight against Blaine if we want to, but first, let's go and at least check out Silphco and the Rival. Let's just see how they look. So here for this section, I'm going to pop upstairs really quickly, and let's go ahead and get to the 5th floor, where we can now pick up that elixir, and let's fight this required trainer. So here we're just going to go Surf. I think it's going to be a 2-hit KO. We get paralyzed, which kind of sucks. So we're going to have to just do that in order to wreck him. And now let's grab the card key and open this door. Bingo. Bingo, guys. Bingo was his name-o. So now we can come right here, and we are going to drop a full restore to get rid of our paralysis. Let's save the game. Let's fight Rival 5 one time. So here in the Rival 5 fight, we're going to just Surf on the Sand Slash. That's an easy 1-hit KO 100% of the time. I'm going to give a couple of smoke screens to Cloyster because it will only use Supersonic against us. So if we lower its accuracy, that should make this actually quite a bit easier. It looks like it's maybe a 3 or 4-hit KO, but we get a very nice range. Bubble Beam will finish that one off. Now Surf on the Magneton appears to be a 3-hit KO. Fortunately, we are not weak to electric, so we tank 2 of its whatchamacalls, its thunder shocks. Now we're worried about the Psy Beams here from this one, so I'm just giving it some accuracy drops. And we're doing a little over half with Surf, so we managed to knock that one out. Now let's Surf on Flareon, and he goes bite and he gets a critical hit. Of course, of course. Like, we should have won that one on the first attempt, and what happens? We get the worst luck. Clearly. Standard. So let's try round 2. We are here, we just knock out that Sand Slash easily. We're no longer confused. Let's just see. So it is appears to be a 4-hit KO on Cloyster. Here I'm just trying to... I just want to get to Magneton without being confused, ideally. So here, Surf. Oh, and we get paralyzed. Are you kidding me? So that's terrible luck on the second one. This is just such a luck-based fight. Like, we should be able to win this, and yet we're just getting wrecked by bad luck here. Hey, smokescreen, smokescreen, smokescreen. We're just getting the accuracy down. Nice. And critical hit as well. So we get through that one just fine. Here, let's give a smokescreen or two to this one. Nice crit there. And we knock it out. Cool. Smokescreen, confusion, critical hits. Okay, he's going for like Psybeam and confusion, and then he knocks us out. So we can see, like, accuracy strats just aren't that great here. So we're just kind of stuck in this range of, like, we can win. You know, clearly we can win. We just need to not get bad luck. But at the same time, the bad luck is bound to come in because we're using accuracy strats. That's basically the whole issue of this fight. If you just replace the accuracy strats with evasion strats, we completely wreck this fight. So, you know, you just kind of have to take it for what it is. So nice critical hit there. We get 1 Thunder Shock. Very good. We can outspeed here, so let's just hit this one. We get a confusion. That's fine. Oh, and we get confused. Are you kidding me? The confusion with actual confusion, that is just... Oh, come on. Come on. That was a win, too. We keep having the win here, and we keep just getting completely just dumpstered at the end by the worst luck. The worst luck. It's not bad luck, guys. It's the worst luck. So here we do manage to hit that one. Okay, so we're going to get the 3-hit range on Magneton this time. Let's just go all in on... Yes, critical hit, and he potions, so we get through Kadabra. And now the Flareon. He bites, but this time we get a win. Very nice. So, yeah, it just took a ton of attempts there. But I was resetting because it just kind of makes sense that we should be able to win that fight. Like, the fact that we were struggling that much on that fight was kind of ridiculous. So here we are going to dig out of here, though, because we need to heal before we can go and fight Jesse and James. We don't want to fight a bunch of extra optional battles that we don't need. So we're not going to. We're going to pop up here. Okay, we're 50 minutes in, but remember, we're trying to beat 2 hours and 10 minutes, which was my time last time. So we're actually on pace for that, I think. Okay. So here we can fight Jesse and James. Let's just see how they go. Here at level 39. There we can... Oh, get poisoned. Rip. Here Arbok comes out. Fortunately, it's a 1-hit KO. And Meowth, 1-hit KO. Very good. Let's see if I still had that antidote. I think I do. Yes. So there we go. We heal up right there. Let's save the game. Let's get into the Giovanni fight here. So Giovanni shouldn't be that hard. He's just going to be the same as if we were not a dragon type. But everything here takes decent damage. We're up to level 40 now. Level 41, I believe, is when we get access to agility. And here we even one-shot the Nidoqueen. Very nice. So we're very close to getting access to agility here. We're 846 XP off. But let's just pop upstairs to the 10th floor so that we can get access to the 1 extra rare candy that's up here. And now let's go ahead and dig on out. Now we could go take on Sabrina, but we don't yet have a badge boosting move. So I think the better strategy is to go and try to take on Blaine. The reason is because we have a 4 times resistance to fire moves. and we have a super effective move against him in the form of our Surf. Add that with the fact that we're at a slightly higher level than we were last time, I think this is going to work. So here we can just heal up right there. Very nice. Let's just pop through this whole section. Last time I actually beat Blaine before I beat Rival 5, which might have been more ideal because we would have had a badge boost in Special, but it's not like Blaine was perfectly consistent or anything. It was just a matter of resets. So, you know, we can kind of take that either way, I guess. But we just really want him to use fire-type moves on us. If he uses fire-type moves, the flamethrowers, the fire spins, etc., we should actually win this fight pretty easily. So here, let's just cycle over to his gym, where here we can answer the questions. Let's just see. That's a no. That's a no. That's a no. That's a yes. And that's a no. Tombstoner, let's go. Yes. So I'm going to save the game. Let's fight Blaney Boy. So Blaine obviously is a kind of tough trainer in a lot of these runs, but the 4 times resistance to fire is what we're banking on here. The normal moves still do decent damage, so we just have to see. So Blaine attempt number 1. I'm going to start with a smoke screen here. A couple of them, in fact. We get a tail whip that does give us more speed, but look how much damage we take here, and we just knock ourselves out in confusion. Like, that was just the worst luck. Let's try this again. So round 2, I'm still going to smoke screen him. Let's give him another smoke screen. Oh, he did a lot of damage there. And he hits the confuse ray too. He's just hitting everything. So here, let's just knock that one out. We get to level 41. We get to learn agility. We're going to learn that over smoke screen. Here, we knock ourselves out in confusion. So we just need better luck here. Let's go for just the all-in attack strat here, though. So he tail whips. I think that's fine. He quick attacks. That's also fine. So here, let's just learn agility over smoke screen yet again. This is the correct play, I believe. He growls. And now we're just spamming agility. He goes for the fire spin. But remember, we've just given ourselves more speed. And we get to knock that one out. Good. Nice 2-hitter there. Arcanine. And we get through. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes. And we're up to level 41. So we have the badge boosting move. We're not going to match the speed of a Charizard, it doesn't look like, because we're here at 54 minutes. But I think we can make this work. So here we're just going to zip through this section here. And we are going to learn the move. Where is it? Yes, Swift. So we're going to teach Swift here over Bubble Beam. It is the move to use here on the Sabrina fight. Let's just see how she goes. So Sabrina, I mean, she could be kind of scary, but as long as we manage to get all the badge boosts, we're perfectly fine here. So let's just see. So here, Sabrina, strategy is to just spam agility over and over and over again and let her flash you as much as she wants. Just keep flashing me. Come on. Oh, Sabrina. She's all about the flash, guys. Now we can Swift and one-shot. Swift here will one-shot. Swift doesn't quite one-hit. She uses an X defend and we win. We didn't even need to heal for that fight. That fight is so incredibly easy against Sabrina. Even on minimum battles, it's not bad for this Pokemon. The only issue is not having access to agility. So normally you would want to use some rare candies to get agility there. And then she's a cakewalk. So here we can now make our way to good old Giovanni. So here, let's try this fight first. We're just going to knock this guy out. Easy win. Get to level 43. Now we can pop over here to fight this guy, this black belt, where we're once again just going to spam the surfs. We don't quite one hit here against that first Machoke. See if it was maybe a range. It was. So we get the second one down. Cool. So let's come and fight Giovanni. Let's see how he goes. If he goes badly, we can fight some of these other guys in the gym. But first, we just have to try this fight as we are. I'm just going to full restore yet again. I know full restores, they're important, but here we just need HP. Let's go. 56 minutes, 57 minutes in. Giovanni round 1. Oh, I skipped past the intro, but that's okay. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to just water gun or surf here. Oh, he gets a Gen 1 miss. Oh, and he double teams. But we knocked that one out. So we're going to level up right there. Now the strategy is to use our agilities here on the Nidoqueen. Oh, and it gets the paralysis. No. And we get wrecked on the first one because of the paralysis from Thunder. Oh, that was terrible. Okay, let's try round 2. Where he surfs, or he digs, we surf. He guard specs, and he slashes us. Okay. But I'm pretty sure if we can get to the Nidoqueen and not get such bad luck, that we can actually win this fight as we are right now. So here we just need to hit. Nice. Persian. Fury swipes. Critical hit. I mean, the Persian, for what it's worth, is going to crit an awful lot in this one. So we just have to kind of deal with it. Oh, Sand Attack Fissure. We're just getting terrible luck on this fight. Oh, come on. Come on, Giovanni. Don't do me like this. Oh, the fissures. Oh, he's just like, this dragon type shall not be tolerated in my gym. Oh, he knows how to beat Kingdra, that's for sure. Gen 2, he's just like, I'll just fissure it over and over again. Oh, and now he's double teaming. Oh, rip. So here we go. We get to Nidoqueen again. Let's go agility. Let's go agility. Let's go agility. And he just thunders and hits every single turn. Like, we need at least one of those thunders to miss. And one of 3 is likely to miss. Like, it's not ridiculous. Oh, this is stupid, though. We just keep on getting the misses here. Okay. Oh, we don't quite knock this one out. We have to go swift here. No, we get wrecked. Oh, now we just have to go all in on surf and pray. Surf and pray. Come on. Yeah, see, we do not one-shot there. We need to set up agility to one-shot there. Oh, this is bad. Oh, we just get such bad luck on some of these fights. Okay. So we get a Screech, so we will knock that one out there. Cool. Agility. 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 Guard specs, very nice. Now we get to not quite one-shot. Rip. Nidoking. Let's see. Not quite one hitter there, but we knock it out. And now Rhydon. Surf. Yes. Oh, it took like 9 attempts there. That was stupid. We were just getting very bad luck on that one. Trust me, because without any optional battles, we can win that fight. But here we are at an hour. We have at least beaten all 8 gyms as we're getting ready to go to the league. So we just have to beat our rival, and then we should be good to go here. And this fight's not perfectly consistent. Let's try it once, and then if it's not working, we may end up grinding here for a minute. So strategy-wise, we are going to set up agility right away on this one because the ranges just work out that way. Ooh, didn't need to set up that many agilities. But there, Sand Slash goes down. Ice Beam should just destroy Execute. We're going to Surf here on Cloyster. It looks like a 2-hitter. Nice. We level up right there just before Magneton. Oh, God. We get Thunder Shocked, but that works just fine. Here we can... Oh, Swift, but she set up the, or he set up the, whatchamacallit, the Reflect. Okay, so the issue here is that we level up right before Magneton, so the clear solution to that is just to put everything else in the PC and grind this, because, you know, we don't have the option of using rare candies until the league, and trust me, we will need them at the league, so We just need to take this fight a few times. Let's try. So here, we can one-shot there. We can actually one-shot there. And theoretically, we should now just surf here. We shouldn't even mess around with like agilities or anything. Okay, so now we get through to here. This is where I'm going to try to set up agility. Here we get thunder waved, but we'll just agility again. Let's see if surf does not quite one shot, but we do get through that. Okay, we can swift right here and we get side beamed and we go down. That's perfectly fine because that's all kind of my plan, is to just get a little extra XP. And now let's see if we can get the setup off properly. So here we're going to agility. Oh, we get slashed and critical hit there. So here I think we just have to go all in on attack because we need the XP at the very least. Okay, we'll set up the last agility here. We get the surf there and we don't quite knock ourselves out, so that's nice. Here we leveled up again. No. And we don't get a critical hit, so we lose right there. Okay. Problem is just that we're leveling up a little bit too fast. Let's try again. So here we can agility. Oh, it's critical hit. Are you kidding me? Come on. What is this nonsense? Oops. Did not mean to agility there. Come on. Misclick. Pure misclick there. Okay, but we knocked that one out. Surf here with the badge boosts, but we get a knockout magneton at least. We get reflect from Cadabra, and then we get wrecked. Okay. So we're taking optional battles here, partially because of the fact that we actually already know that we need them. Like, this is a spot where you got to understand, my testing so far has told me that we need to be over level like 65 when we get to the end of the game to have any real shot, any real chance. So here we can go surf after setting up the agilities. And this one's not quite a 2-hitter, but it is a 3-hitter. Very nice. Good health onto the magneton. We still get thunder wave. That's too bad. But we get a reflect there, so we get to do decent damage here. Psybeam, but that's okay. Level 49 comes in, and Flareon is going to be a 2-hit KO after he uses Smog, so very nice. We finally win that fight. Let's go back and get the rest of our party. We need to go to the Elite Four, and yet again, like I've said, we already know that we need a lot more levels here. So there's not really any point in doing anything else than, you know, really just grinding once we get there. Because we know that we've got to be over level 60, at least like 63, 64 to have a meaningful shot against the champion. But we're pretty close to that, honestly, because if we drop all the rare candies, we would get to level 61 right now, which is just about right to be able to get through, what's her butt? Lorelei. So let's just see if that works. We're definitely a little bit faster going to the league right now. I can say that for sure. So the strategy and the plan of speeding up our run has worked to this point. And we just need good ranges on these Elite Four members. But we're probably going to go hard on the rare candies right on Lorelei, because we know we need Hydro Pump no matter what, but really being somewhere around like level 62 is about right for getting through her. And if we're at that level, we should naturally get the levels that we need by the time that we reach the champion. Everything else wasn't really that bad in the Elite Four, so that's my hope, at least, is that by just dropping the rare candies at the beginning, we can get a faster time, faster range. And I mean, if we lose to Lorelei, we just keep blackout grinding there, because we know level 67 was the level last time. but we might get through with a better score and with a definitely with a better time. So let's just see here. We'll just drop that one down. Let's use the bike. Let's use strength. There we go. And there we go. We can push that one back. We can zip up here. You know, we're probably actually about, what, 3 minutes slower than our actual time, given the fact that we had to backtrack that one time because of the wild Pokemon. So we're actually not doing that bad. And this Pokemon might end up coming in second to Charizard, you know, which, considering that I've done a second run with each of these Pokemon where I've tried to speed them up, I've tried to make them more optimal, is saying something. You know, like Charizard, of course, went from like an hour and a half to like an hour 3. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Had a little bit of issue with my connection of my controller, but there we go. So yeah, I mean, this has been an exhausting day, guys. I gotta say, you know, I mentioned it in the last video, but today is the same day. So you know, was dealing with the whole game hook fiasco, dealing with work. You know, I got the pregnant wife, of course. She's stressed out about, you know, the baby coming and this and that and the other thing. And I just gotta reiterate, guys, that this is kind of just a lot of fun for me to have a little time to unplug, play some Pokemon. You know, I may not be the best speedrunner ever, but I enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. So here, let's just put the rest of our Pokemon into the PC. Oh, not Seadra, no. But here, let's just put the rest of the team in, and let's go ahead and buy a whole bunch of full restores. Oh, we can't even get that many full restores. Rip. So here we'll sell some TMs that we don't need so that we can buy more full restores, because we really want full restores, guys. They're kind of helpful, especially if we end up blackout grinding here. They will be very helpful. So here, let's save the game and we'll fight Lorelei first, just straight up. Let's just see how she goes. So Lorelei attempt number 1. We already know at this level we do not get through Lorelei. It's just not gonna work. But we'll show this for the video. So Lorelei attempt number 1. Ooh. So here, if we go surf, we can see that she will rest. Now we can set up agility while she's asleep. But the problem is that we don't do that much damage. And you might be saying, well, then why not just use Swift, right? Swift doesn't do that much damage either. So nothing that we have is going to do all that much to Lorelei's Pokemon. Normal moves don't do much because we have very weak attack, and water moves don't do much because they're resistant. So what do we do? Well, it's time to start dropping some rare candies. And this is the point where we really want to go quite hard on them. So we're going to learn Hydro Pump, and we're going to put that over our secondary move, Swift there. And let's just go ahead and, you know, get a whole bunch of those. So now let's fight this one again at this slightly higher level, where now we can just do something like an Ice Beam, hope that she rests turn 2. She's very often going to rest turn 2. And now let's see how much Surf is doing. It's doing a little bit more. See how much Hydro Pump does. It does a lot more. And we can actually get through Dugong now. Now on Cloyster, Hydro Pump is the play. It's going to be about a 2-hit KO at this point, but it's just not going to be super consistent. Here against the Slowbro, he's going to use the Amnesia. That's the best case scenario, is that it uses Amnesia. And we can just see we just don't do enough damage. So now is time to drop even more rare candies. And this is where I'm going to go really hard on them. In my first test run, I saw that we needed about level 65 to get through here. So about level 61-ish is basically fine for Lorelei. So here, let's save the game and let's just see how this fight goes now. So here we're going to kind of do the same thing. We're going to give her an ice beam just to see if we can get her to rest. Once she rests, we're pretty much in good shape. We really would like a stat drop from one of her other moves. Okay, so here when she rests, now we can just go all in on our surfs and we will knock this Pokemon out. If she uses a super potion while it's asleep, it doesn't matter. It just extends the rest. Now on the Cloyster, this should be a 2-hit KO. Okay, we don't really mind the Spike Cannon there. Here's where we want to go Hydro Pump, but we missed the first one. We get a nice crit the second one. And we just don't really like that she's set up all the amnesias, but fortunately she doesn't attack, so that's fine. We're going to go Hydro Pump on Jinx, which is a 1-hit KO. Hydro Pump on the Lapras, and we can see it's like a 3-hit KO range here. We get Body Slammed and Paralyzed, but fortunately we've used Agility. Oh, and we're just barely not able to knock it out, but we knock it out the next turn. Lorelei goes down, but we can see that's a very, very close range at this level. So here, let's heal up. Let's try Bruno. All right, so Bruno round 1. Oh, I skipped his intro. That's all right. We'll get it in post. But here, Bruno round 1. Basically, we just want to spam the agilities, and now we can just surf. Basically, we don't even need to get too cute here. Surf is enough for all of these Pokemon, except maybe the Machamp. We might need to do a Hydro Pump. But let's just see. Hydro Pump there. Doesn't quite one hit. An Ice Beam will finish him off. Very good. So no problems there from Bruno, as we would expect. Let's just Elixir. Let's do a full restore. Let's see how we do against Agatha. So Agatha, of course, is a little scary, but she's not as scary here. We don't really mind the Mega Drain that much. And if we can get the setup, we should be able to sweep. So here, Agatha, her first Gengar does no Mega Drain, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to set up all of my agility spam right here, get all the badge boosts, and then let's go into a Hydro Pump. And it's not quite enough to one hit there, but we can Ice Beam the Golbat after she swaps, and then Surf right here. We will outspeed, so easy win right there. Now we can use Hydro Pump on the Haunter. We level up to level 63 here, but Hydro Pump does one-shot Arbok there. Hydro Pump does about half to the final Gengar, and another Hydro Pump ends it. Agatha, first attempt victory. No problems whatsoever. We're here at 1 hour and 14 minutes. I'm not sure how we're stacking up against the Gyarados at this point, but I think it's pretty close. So let's just go for the Lance fight. Let's go. So Lance, I mean, we just need to get the setup and then sweep his team, basically. Just a second here. Okay, so here, what we're going to do is set up agility first. It's just going to Dragon Rage us. And now, let's just see what Ice Beam does, and we get wrecked. Okay, so the better strategy is most likely to come in here and just spam the Ice Beam first, and see if we can get the setup that we need. A freeze obviously just guarantees a win here. So we at least get through the Gyarados. Ice Beam here does one shot there. Ice Beam one shots there. Here's Surf. We get a wing attack, but we get a Surf. So we defeat Aerodactyl. And then Ice Beam one shots the Dragonite. Yeah, we don't even need to set up badge boost there. Easy win. So now let's just go ahead and full restore. We've made it to the champion at level 64. Let's just see if we can win at this level. So first things first, let's try the champ. There he is in all his glory, and we are here in pretty good time. I think we have the shot to be second, to beat Gyarados and be second in the final standings. We just need a good range here on this final battle, basically. Let's just see. So there are a couple ideas of things that we can do, but let's just try first. We're going to set up agility first on the Sand Slash. And Slash and whatnot are kind of bad, but Poison Sting, he can use that, and we can get through that fight. I'm going to Hydro Pump here on Alakazam. It's not quite a one-hitter, but it got it down to really low range. He did use a full restore, which is just kind of bad luck. Here we can Ice Beam. We just missed. Okay, and an Ice Beam's going to be a 2-hit KO. We might be able to get through with a Blizzard there. Let's see how the Hydro Pump does here on Magneton. Not quite a one-hitter. And we missed the next turn. Okay. So let's try this again. And what we're going to do is we're going to add Blizzard to the moveset over Ice Beam. You know, so we're just adding another TM, but I think it makes sense. Let's just see how it goes. Okay, so here, agility. Oh, we get slashed. Oh, if he just goes hard on slash, we get wrecked. So here, okay, we do manage to get through though. Here we'll surf right here. It's going to be a 2-hitter here no matter what. Now, Exeggutor, let's Blizzard it. We get the 1-hitter. Hydro Pump misses on the Magneton. I think we have to go the Hydro Pump there. I think it's the only strategy that works. So here, let's try again. Agility, Earthquake, Agility, Poison Sting, Agility, Earthquake. Okay, we've got better HP than last time at least. Okay, Alakazam, let's stick with the Surf here as our strategy. He's recovering, but we knock him out. Nice. Blizzard does not one-shot, but it does freeze. Oh, there we go. Nice. We get to the level 65 there. So we've lost badge boosts is the issue. And so we do not survive right there against the Magneton. We need like a critical hit on the Magneton or better HP getting there. Oh, God. This is kind of rough. Oh, and we just have to get the whatchamacall. Oh, come on. Too many agilities there. Let's try again. Let's try again. Now we're 19. We got this. We got this. We can totally get this. So agility. Agility. A Fury Swipes miss. Now a Fury Swipes. Oh, we've got really good HP on the Sand Slash. Let's surf here. Okay. Here I think we Hydro Pump. Oh, it just barely fails to knock it out, but we get the Kinesis miss. Blizzard here gets the crit. Yes. Here we're to Magneton on really good health. Hydro Pump. He goes Thunderbolts, but now Surf, I think, knocks that one out. Yes. Cloyster. Oh, he gets the Spike Cannon on us, but here Hydro Pump is slightly less than half. He gets the critical hit. Are you kidding me? If he doesn't crit there, I think we had him, and then we missed the Hydro Pump too. Oh, that was stupid. We were so close. Here, agility. Agility. Oh, he poisons us. Rip. Oh, I think we just auto reset there when we get the poison. Oh, this is just ridiculous, guys. So, agility. 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 That one's not gonna work, guys. Not with such low health. We would need god tier luck to ever get through that one. The Cloyster's just going to want to use a Spike Cannon on us over and over again. So yeah, we kind of need more HP when we get to the Cloyster. So here, let's go Surf again. Okay, we can just knock this one out from there. We can go Blizzard. Oh, miss the Blizzard. Are you kidding me? 2 Blizzard misses in a row. 90% accurate. Has to miss both. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, I say. We already had the win in the bag when we were at Cloyster. That should have just been the win right there. So this one is clearly just not consistent at level 64. Like I said, we got through at level 67 last time. Not even sure if it's perfectly consistent there. You know, we just have to find out, I guess. But here, Alakazam, Surf, Psybeam, Surf, okay. Blizzard does not get the range, and we get Leech Seeded on such low health. We're just not getting through there. And we've already used all the rare candies, so the other option is just to go back through the league. So here, let's just see if we go all in on attack. So there, we knocked that one out. We Hydro Pump here. He Psybeams. We get a Hydro Bump there. Let's Blizzard here. Critical hit. He full restores. We get a Blizzard again, so no Leech Seed there. Now let's Agility. Here we can get wrecked. Oh man, we just don't have the ranges. But let's try again. Let's go really hard on attacking, because, you know, we could get crits or something in order to get through this eventually. Hydro Pump, K. Yeah, that doesn't work when we get there and we get Leech Seeded. We definitely need no Leech Seed if we're going to be on such low health. Okay. So we knock that one out. Psybeam comes in and is crit. So we're just getting wrecked there. We don't even need to stick around to see the health. We know that we're getting wrecked there, so it's kind of standard. Here, Surf. A Hydro Pump after he recovers. Critical hit. One hit KOs there against the Alakazam. We get the Blizzard set up there. I'm going to go Agility. He goes Thunder Wave. Thunderbolt. We can Agility again. Let's Agility again. So now we've got all the badge boosts and we miss the Hydro Pump. Of course. Of course. We had to miss the Hydro Pump. We didn't even get to see if we would one-hit KO there or not. Oh, man. We get a Kinesis here. Okay, critical hit. Does that one in, though. Blizzard and Blizzard. Your Agility. And we get a critical hit Thunderbolt. Oh, man. So that's a one-hitter every time. Kinesis here is terrible, but we get to outspeed the second turn. Knock that one out as well. Let's just see if we hit a Hydro Pump right off the bat. Right, he can go Thunderbolt there. We survived, though. So we probably just want to go all in on attack, even against the Magneton, as long as we get there with decent health. Okay, let's try this again. So Sandslash, we can easily knock out. Here, we have to Hydro Pump on this one. We almost got the range. There, we can knock that one out. Cool. Missed the Blizzard, of course. Of course, we hit Blizzard when we had Kinesis on. We miss Blizzard when we don't have Kinesis on. But the critical hit knocks out the Magneton. We get a miss with Hydro Pump here, though. Come on. There we go. We get through and Hydro Pump. Flareon goes down. Yes. There we go. An hour 25:44. We knocked this down from 2 hours and 10 minutes to an hour 25:44 with this strategy and beat the game 2 levels lower. I think that is a more optimal run. So what did we find out ultimately about this Pokemon? Well, I want to see exactly what the time was with Gyarados. Let's just see. Sorry, this external hard drive that I use for these store things. It can be kind of tedious to get it to load. Okay, so Dragon Gyarados' second attempt, the final time was about, oh, it was just a little faster. It's there at about an hour 24:30. So an hour 24:30. This was super neck and neck with Dragon Gyarados. Dragon Gyarados beats the game at level 66. We beat the game at level 65. They perform very, very similarly. That is insane. That is insane to me. So it turns out that the move pool isn't actually a massive consideration here. The bigger consideration is, I guess, by the time you get to the late game, you just have to get the right ranges on the champion. But hey, okay, we beat the game with our Dragon Seadra. So there's one last question that we need to answer, guys, which is how do we do in the fight against Mewtwo? Let's just go beat Mewtwo so that we can claim ultimate champions rights here. It says 5 hours of real time or game time, an hour 25:44 of real time to beat the game, and a score of 87.45. Not too bad, not too shabby, guys. Really not too shabby. 11 optional battles, 38 resets. I know some people don't like the resets. I get it. I get it. For me personally, I'd rather take the resets than go and over level when I can see that the fight is possible, right? That is just a matter of my personal preference, though. Like, you don't have to feel that way, guys. You do not have to feel that way. But just saying, for me personally, I would rather reset in close spots. I think everywhere where we did a lot of resetting, it was pretty clear from the situation that it was possible to win the fight. Sometimes I'm a little stubborn. Sometimes I tend a little more towards the resets than I think a lot of other people would. But it's just, again, because I would rather avoid going and gaining extra levels when they're unnecessary. So here, let's surf on down. Let's go see Mewtwo. Let's go say hi to our buddy and show him that he can barrier, he can use psychic, he can do all that stuff, but we might still be able to beat him just on the basis that we can badge boost with agility. And maybe that very nice hydro pump will do decent damage. We'll see. We shall see. Otherwise, we're just going to have to go freeze strats, which is kind of eh. I always feel bad when I beat Mewtwo with freeze strats, but I remember in Pokemon Stadium when you used to do the Mewtwo fight after you'd complete all the cups and, you know, you get the round 2 Mewtwo fight. And I went in there and I would totally just use the most broken strategies, right? The toxic stall strats with the double teams, the, you know, just going in there and freezing him, trying to get status on him, just like ridiculous strategies. But here we are, we've made it to Mewtwo. Time for Seadra to have his chance. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to go agility. Oh, look how much damage that did. Oh no, he goes barrier. But now hydro pump does about half with a crit and we get wrecked. Wrecked, I say. Let's try this again. So here, Mewtwo, he is super strong. He is super scary. And he just psychics us. Like, oh my gosh. Come on, just use Swift. Come on. Hydro pump? Oh, we're going surf. No, it's because my battery came unplugged. Oh wait, but are we gonna win this one? Oh, no, he heals. Hydro pump? One more hydro pump? Oh, there we go. So we have beaten Mewtwo with our Seadra. Look at this. Level 65. Final stats, 108 attack, 148 defense, 133 speed, 146 special. We've got Surf, Agility, Blizzard, and Hydro Pump. I know Surf and Hydro Pump, some people will be like, what? But there are some spots where the extra power of Hydro Pump makes a lot of sense in this run, especially when you don't have a great attack stat. I mean, that attack, you know, it's quite a bit lower than our special. It's almost, like 30% lower, I'd say, than our special approximately. Like, that's not good, guys. You don't want that. you don't want to mess with that. So yeah, we'd much rather go with the special moves, even when they're resisted. When we got stabbed, it kind of makes up that whole difference there even more. But that's my word. Anyway, guys, that does it for this one. We are going to get this edited up, throw it up on the channel. I'm going to release these Seadras for the channel members first, of course. And let's just see how it goes. Anyway, see you in the next one. Later.